Hi, I'm Dr. Isaac Alexis from the Slim Samurai Group 84, helping you to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. Today's topic, very important, title is Acne. Men, there's one thing they're not telling us. Once again, acne. Men, there's one thing that they're not telling us. Before I begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, send us 25 of your friends, comment so I know what to talk on for the next topic. Now, as I mentioned before, with acne, it affects some 40 to 50 million Americans every year in the United States alone. And that's a conservative estimate. And acne is the cause for all of this unnecessary bullying, leading to depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. So it's an issue that must be taken very seriously. Now, we talked about one entity with acne called sebum, S-E-B-U-M. Sebum is an oily, waxy substance that is produced by the body's glands. So it's very important that we set the groundwork of what sebum is before I continue, as that is the foundation of today's module. Now, with acne, yes, the majority of patients are women, but men, being in the minority, still comprise some 40% of that number, 50 million per year. So that's a pretty large segment of the population. In men, we commonly believe that it's an ingrown hair from our beard that's causing acne, going and growing back into the superficial layer of the skin called the epidermis, and then going deeper into the skin, that segment called the dermis. But in reality, we're really looking at acne. Now, in August 2020, the FDA, listen to this very carefully, approved a new molecule called clascoterone, clascoterone, and that's a cream, 1% strength. Now, clascoterone cream is what's known as a selective androgen blocker that inhibits sebum production. Now, the last FDA approval of an acne drug with a new mechanism of action occurred, guess, was it 5 years ago? Was it 10 years ago? Was it 20 years ago? Was it 30 years ago? Was it 40 years ago? Was it 50 years ago? I'm going to leave that in the comment section. And let's have a discussion so we can see. But it's been at least, I'm going to give you a hint, it's been at least 10 to 15 years since the FDA last approved medication for acne that had a whole different way of working in the human body. Now, in addition to being a new molecule, clascoterone also produces a new option for male patients. Female patients, on the other hand, can be prescribed oral contraceptives, spironolactone, to help with sebum inhibition. Sebum being, as I mentioned previously, oily, waxy substance produced by the body's oil glands. However, in men, the only way to suppress sebum was isotretinoin, and that had some side effects as well. When looking at topical meds for acne, traditionally in the medical community, we have been able to do not one, not two, but three things for acne. But there's really four things that you must do for acne in order to get to the foundation of acne and acne lesions being treated effectively and being cleared up in its entirety. So very important, we typically have discussed in the medical community and was able to handle three main pathophysiologic criterion over the past 40 years. But with the advent of the FDA approving this new medication, we're now able to attack the fourth and critical matter. Now, we've come up short by one. And so we're going to look more into that fourth entity. Now let's look at the first three that we were able to do over the past 3 decades. First of all, we can decrease inflammation, which is a main criterion when looking at acne. Number 2, we can kill the bacteria that's linked to it, called Cutibacterium acnes. But remember, it's not the quantity of the bacteria, but rather the strain of the bacteria, sort of like a virus. One may be virulent and one virus particle may not be affecting the population. Number 3, we can also normalize what's known as abnormal keratinization. Now, family, Slim Samurai family, you may be asking, Dr. Alexis, all these big words, come on, man. Cut that out. Explain yourself. Okay. I'm going to. I'll explain what abnormal keratinization is. Abnormal keratinization is the abnormal, super rapid shedding of skin cells in sebaceous glands. What's sebaceous glands? I can hear somebody saying. Okay. Sebaceous glands being the oil glands. So that abnormal rapid shedding is basically clogging up everything. Bacteria overproliferation. Boom, you get all these ugly lesions on the face. So now let's look at the fourth entity, the decreased production of sebum production. Decrease, let me repeat again, it's important. Decrease sebum production, which is that oil that just clogs pores and just makes everything worse for acne. So with this new medication clocaterone, in addition to decreasing sebum production, it can also decrease inflammation and work on comedones and inflammatory lesions. Now, one important thing to note as it relates to sebum in men versus women. Now, in men, testosterone stimulates crazy amounts of production of sebum, that oil glaze on the skin that just clogs them pores. Now, you may be asking, what about women? What is the role in hormones in sebum production? Well, I'm glad you asked. Now, in women, there's something called a menstrual cycle. There's fluctuations of estrogen, the female hormone. It's up one day, down one day. Up one day, down one day. Up one day, down one day. I'm not going to say nothing about the mood. I'm a married man. I ain't going there. You ain't going to catch Dr. Alexis out there. The next video you see me with, I may have a black eye. I'm scared. I ain't saying nothing about no lady. She's not here. It's okay. But I'm not saying nothing about no lady when she's having her cycle. No. just between me and you, Slim Samurai family with high levels of estrogen, it tends to decrease sebum production. It tends to lower it. Okay, I heard the door close. We're good. So, my Slim Samurai family, that's the role of sebum production. Men versus women, testosterone versus estrogen. And that was a close call. Anyway, hoping this video was of much use to my Slim Samurai family. I'm Dr. Isaac Alexis from the Slim Samurai Group 84, helping you to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. God bless.